Hey guys, here we are, Monster Motivator TV number 23 already. And what's really cool about today is we're doing another broadcast at Elias Shoes because of the feedback that we got, the questions that we got. The first episode, number 17, just blew up. And I'm going to share, and Muna's going to share really what happened after that first episode. So we're excited to be back here, but we're going to dive in a little bit deeper. Really what separates them, why they're exploding within a year so much, and it's all going to be brought to you about passion, about the industry that she absolutely loves and breathes and eats and drinks shoes. So, but before we do that, you know, I'm the fear barrier guy. I want to teach you how to face that fear barrier, which we all know is a bully, and get that lunch money back. How do you do that? You face that fear, and that fear disappears. But in order to do that, you need to lean on that why. What's your why? Now, I didn't realize this until after the episode, how nervous Muna was, right? I had no idea. One thing you don't want to do, you never play poker with her, right? Because you don't know if she's holding jokers or aces. She had a great poker face, but she was really nervous. And she didn't even know until that moment that we were actually going live, right?
Yes.
Okay. But here's what I want to get across. She had that fear, but she figured out how to break through that fear barrier. And that's so important, whatever you want to do in life, because there's going to be fear barriers coming in every single day like waves. So, Muna, why'd you bring us back? What was the reasoning?
Well, a lot of feedback from people, just excited to see the conversation that we had.
Okay.
And also, a lot of people want to know more about my story and the shoes.
Okay. So we're going to talk about those questions.
Right.
But before we do that, were you afraid? Were
Very
you nervous?
Petrified.
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 Okay.
But you know what? You just had that conversation, and so I didn't focus on the fear, and I focused on the conversation of what we were having.
Okay. And right, it's not about you. It's about what you can bring to the table for the other person. Right? Kind of takes the pressure off.
It takes the pressure, and it's also about helping to encourage others.
Yes.
Because I had someone in a group helping to encourage me all along.
Right.
And not everybody has that network or that group to help encourage
That surrounding. Now, but if they don't, you need to figure out how you get that, right? You need to search that out, that network that's going to give you that support.
Right.
Right? How important, like we talked about.
Whether it's through family, through friends, or through businesses.
Right, exactly. So, do you feel? How much do you feel your why pulled you through that fear barrier? Because you were going live.
Oh, I know.
We threw you right into the deep end.
I had just like now, I had no knowledge of what the questions would be, where we were going to go, what the direction was. We just kind of said, okay, here's the deep, let's go.
And you know, I want to touch on that, because when we do this Monster Motivator TV, and people go onto our calendar and they put the date in, a lot of times they're used to an actual structured podcast where they send the questions and then you go back and forth. And for us, it's real, it's raw, it's live, and that's how we're going to keep this, because we want to keep it real. We want to bring the value to you, unedited, unfiltered, because that's who I am, right? That's the way I roll. So, you had the fear, you broke through the fear, you still, even when we set up today, she said she was nervous, right?
I am nervous.
But she's a champ.
Nervous.
She's figuring it out.
Yeah.
But I want to get into some of the questions, some of the things that happened after the episode. I do know that you had a few customers come in, physically come in.
Physically come in
Okay.
because of the awareness now that they had about us working with the foster care program.
Okay.
Those again.
Okay.
And that was huge, because doing the video made them aware that we were facilitating that kind of communication and program here in the Valley.
Okay.
With putting the new shoes on 100, we're over 100 foster kids right now.
Okay. So just by sharing that,
Right.
people wanted to get to know a little bit more.
Yes.
And then what other questions were they asking?
They wanted to get more information about what the shoe store is about.
Okay.
And how did I get into it, and how have I been able to make so much progress, being that our store is a year and a half old.
Right, and no national name.
No
right?
national name. We are, our Elias Shoes is our family name. My last name is Elias. We are a family store. Our kids work here, we work here. It's literally a mom and pop store.
Right.
And we've grown to a nice size in a year and a half.
Just, it's amazing, right?
It's
being
really-
in a little community
Right.
and being able to do that because it's long term, right? You're giving that value. And I do know people, and you've actually helped me with my shoes, right? Because so many people have foot problems, right? That they think that they know what it is, right? But in reality, a lot of times they don't. I remember you sharing, like, some people would come in and they're thinking, you know what, I'm going to need this shoe, but ultimately you know that they're probably going to need this other shoe, right? So share with everyone, really, let's get a little deeper into that, because that separates you from the internet.
Yes.
And separates you from every other shoe store out there, and pretty much every other brick and mortar, to be honest with you.
Well, because we're a sit and fit.
Okay.
Meaning we sit and we fit shoes. We don't hand a box and you come in and say, okay, you're a size 10.
Okay.
I bring you a 10 and you go on your merry way.
Right.
That's not how it works in our store.
Okay.
We actually sit and measure your feet. I'd say probably 95% of the guests that come into our store are actually in the wrong size shoe. Most people have 2 different size difference.
Okay.
And they don't realize that, and they're actually putting the shoe that they're trying on the wrong shoe, on the wrong
foot. Okay.
You always need to measure and wear the shoe to the bigger or the wider foot.
Oh, so you play the curve.
Yes, and
Okay.
most people don't realize that. And sometimes by going bigger doesn't necessarily mean it's wider. You need to get a shoe that's proper length and proper width.
Okay.
Whether it's wider or narrower,
Okay.
depending on that person's foot.
And that's what you do.
And that's what we do.
Okay. Okay. And
So
then
that's a
and
little
then
different.
also, because you have so many different types of shoes, whatever their lifestyle is,
Right.
whatever they're looking to do,
Right.
right? You want to fit them
Proper.
proper.
Correct.
Okay.
And so we have over 70 brands in the store currently.
Okay.
So we have everything from sandals to cowboy boots to New Balance athletic wear to high heels to wedding shoes. I actually work with a designer who designs for Dolly Parton. So we can actually
Wow.
make a custom wedding shoe.
Wow.
I need a little lead time.
Yeah, but
we can actually design a custom.
so you have those resources.
I have those resources.
So you have the resources to customize a shoe
Correct.
if it fits in their lifestyle.
Correct.
Okay, and it fits in their budget.
And it fits in their budget.
Absolutely, because you have to pay for that value.
Right,
That's
and
just,
this is a handmade shoe.
Yeah.
It's not a mass production. It's
Okay.
a limited quality
okay.
fit for that
So
individual.
that's great to know. If you want a real, honest to God, custom fit shoe, they have the resources to do that. You're not finding that anywhere, right?
Very few.
We're not finding. So, any other questions that came up? Any other comments? Because I know it just
Yeah.
blew up for us.
It blew up. People couldn't believe. They said I looked so calm and cool, and inside it, I'm like.
See, you were holding the jokers. We thought you were holding the aces. See
yeah,
that?
I know.
See
So
that?
It was fun.
But that was fun. Okay, so they got a lot of value out of it.
They did.
What I'd like to do is maybe do a little tour of your place, and you can kind of break down some of these shoes and the differences that will happen that you see, right, in the people, because so many of us just think it's just a shoe.
Right, and it's so a shoe can impact your knees, your hips, your
Oh,
back.
everything, right?
Right, good shoe or bad shoe.
Right. Yeah.
So many people come in, they're in the wrong shoes, and we put them in the right shoe, and it's like night and day.
Because I had heel problems.
Yes.
And you knew exactly what that was.
Correct.
And then she helped me create and turn that around and help that and fix it, especially with women, right? With all the high heels.
Right. Sometimes a high heel can be just as detrimental to your foot as a flat.
Right.
So there's a happy
because of the
medium.
angle.
Because of the angle. But if you have to wear a high heel, I can offer arch support
Okay.
and take some of that pressure off of the ball of the foot.
Okay. Well, let's.
Frank Duran said my life story just now with the wrong shoe.
Oh, Big Frank. He's local too. He's a personal trainer, killing it out there in Marietta. Thank you, Frank, for jumping in. And,
He's blasting the like button. The whole thing just turned into an ocean of
Big
likes.
Frank, don't be shy. Come on out here, Frank. We're right next to the Chamber of Commerce in Marietta, off of Madison. Yep, and we'll post all the information. But Frank's great people. He's local and he's a great networker. So do you want to grab the?
Let's do it.
All right, we got G here. Always got our back. He's gonna make sure we're taken care of. So where do you want to start?
We'll just do a browse through, George. I know we have customers in our store. 'Cause
Hang on.
We're
Actually,
actually
hold-
open.
Hold
Yeah.
this 1 second. Hold this and I'll take the camera. So actually, G isn't going to be holding that camera. It's going to be Cy.
Okay. All right. Whatever works. We just adapt. We figure it out and we adapt. So when you say sit and fit, give us a little breakdown. What is that?
Well, we actually have sitting areas all around the store where we sit, and we have stools that I and our team members, we sit down, we measure your feet, and we help assist you putting on the proper shoes.
Okay.
We also work with diabetics.
Talk about that.
Okay.
So because of their circulation.
Because of the circulation, sometimes a diabetic needs extra special attention because they can't have anything that can cause any rubbing.
Okay.
So they need a little extra room so that their toes can move.
Wouldn't even think of that, right? Because you're in the industry.
Huge,
You don't
huge.
even. But now when you said that, it makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
It's vital for a diabetic that when they have their shoes that there is no rubbing, that they check their feet regularly to make sure that there's no ulcers. So diabetic foot care, whether it's type 1 or type 2, is huge in their quality of life.
Okay. All right. And there's something that I saw on here that I haven't seen since I was a little kid. I have not seen one of these in a shoe store since I was a little kid.
Yep, most
And
people don't even know what one of those are.
growing up, that's what we did.
Yep.
We sat, sit, and fit. Right?
Exactly, that's sit and fit. That means we sit, and anytime you have a lifestyle change, your foot will change.
Okay.
Whether you start exercising, maybe
Okay.
you've had some health concerns, stress, any of those can make your foot either grow bigger or grow smaller.
Right.
So having the proper fit shoe is huge.
And I want to touch on why you don't see these. If you don't know what this is you're going to fit. They're going to fit your foot lengthwise and widthwise. But the reason that I brought this up is when I grew up, this is how we got fitted, right?
You
For
don't
your
stand
shoes.
on a piece of paper.
But think about how far we've come away from value because you don't see this anymore, right? I grew up in Jersey. In Jersey, we don't pump our own gas. Back in the day, they would do our windshield, they would do the windshields, the side windows, and pump your gas and ask you if you want something else. You pull in now, you're lucky if you get a hello, right?
Oh,
Because
you can put cash in there.
exactly, if it's going to work,
Right.
So again, these little things add up and they go such a far way. That's why in a year and a half, without a national name, they've just exploded on the scene in the Inland Empire, and they're getting ready to explode online.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna.
So I wanted to show this. So you want to kind of highlight some of the shoes that might jump out at people. You know, I know women have a lot of questions.
A lot of questions.
Okay.
So we have high heels that we've just been brought in
Okay.
that are comfortable. We also have children's shoes. A lot of people don't realize that we have kids' shoes.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Kids' shoes are huge. I am seeing more and more young ones with feet problems.
Okay.
I had a couple of girls this last week, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, having major foot concerns because they're in too small of a shoe,
Okay.
or not only not proper fit, but not enough support for their feet.
Okay. So, you know, if you have kids out there, just bring them in and at the very least, see if they have the right shoe, if they have the right fit, and the kids aren't going to tell you because they don't know.
Right.
Right?
They don't know. When they're popping their shoes off and throwing them,
Yeah.
and that's an indication that maybe the shoe is not comfortable.
Okay. All right.
And what I've noticed is when the parents come back,
Yeah.
they said, we can't take your shoes off of them. They want them on their feet. And then we figure out that it's because that they're comfortable.
Right.
They want to wear their shoes because they're comfortable.
Yeah, and they don't want them because it's
they're-
hurting them.
Exactly.
It's
They
not
don't know how to
fitting right.
articulate that.
It's not fitting right. So let's do a little walkthrough. And if anybody has any comments or questions, let us know.
Yeah.
So what are some of the shoes? Now you have 70 brands.
Over 70 brands.
And you're bringing in more.
We have a few more that are going to be in here very soon. I'm
Okay.
very excited.
Now do you have any name brands that people might know?
People know New Balance. That's
Oh,
a very
yeah.
well-known
Yeah.
brand is New
Huge.
Balance.
Huge.
Dunham and Aravon and Cobb Hill, which are all part of New Balance, and Rockport, which are also part of.
Rockport, yeah.
So those are some of the big. We have a full New Balance
Okay.
family
Okay.
of the shoes in our store.
Okay.
A lot of women may know Taos. We also have Soft Walk and Trotters.
Okay.
We have Andrea Seuss.
Okay.
We have New Balance for kids and Ski Hoshi for kids. Fly London, this little shoe over here is just flying.
What shoe?
The little Fly London, because they're so crazy comfortable.
Okay. They're flying off the shelf?
Flying off the shelf.
They look comfortable. I
Very
mean, look at that.
comfortable.
Look how soft that leather
It's
is.
a really nice soft
And
leather.
it's a rubber,
Rubber
bottom. Okay.
Very, very attractive on the foot.
So
but
almost
very
like a
comfortable.
sneaker.
Like a sneaker.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Actually, we have this little sneaker version,
Okay.
and it's like a lace-up sneaker.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a dress shoe, right? It's a dress casual shoe, but it has that sneaker bottom.
Right.
All right. And even has the treads.
It does have.
Very cool.
Then we have boots. When it comes
Okay.
to boot season,
Okay.
we've got some amazing, and then we've got fun colors.
Yes.
So it's not just black.
And not just colors, but the designs. Look at the different cowboy boots, right?
Yes.
Very, very cool.
And that's Ariat. So a lot of equestrian people will know Ariat.
Okay.
That's a very
Oh,
well-known
okay. Is that a
brand.
big name?
It's a very big name.
Okay. And we got a lot of equestrian people in this area, that's for sure. What do we have over here?
Over here we have a lot of people know the brand Rock. It's very elastic and
Okay.
very comfortable.
Okay.
So nothing will rub on your
Very
feet.
giving?
Very giving.
Okay.
Very comfortable shoe.
So you also sell purses?
I sell purses. This
Okay.
designer is Pat Binney.
Okay.
Pretty well-known designer. And then we also just started carrying evening and wedding
wow.
shoes.
Wow.
So we can access, for that special day.
Man, I remember the ribbon cutting.
Yeah,
I mean, you're just growing.
I know.
You are growing.
So really nice evening shoe.
Very, very neat. So, and then you have the boots, the
Yeah.
specialty boots back here.
Correct, that's
Okay.
the specialty
Oh,
boots. And then we actually have golf shoes.
I even knew the right lingo. Look at that.
And then we actually have golf shoes.
Are they?
Yeah, this is a real golf shoe. You can wear them on the green. And this is for our balloon and wine festival.
How cool are they? Look at that. You got the animal print.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That is awesome. Oh, we have the sandals,
We
right?
have some sandals. Very
All they need is the
comfortable.
stripes for
Okay.
the pit bull and you'll wear it.
That's right. That's right. We'll figure it out. You also have the sail rack.
I do have some sail shoes.
Okay.
And then we also carry nurses and hospital shoes for healthcare providers.
That's what I want you to talk about because you shared that with me when I first met you.
Yes.
Because I didn't even know that was a whole division.
Yes.
Right. And when I had the restaurant, I realized
How
the
important.
souls. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about insurance now,
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
So
OSHA
talk about
required.
that. Talk about that.
So OSHA requires that if you're in a restaurant or some type of hospitality service,
Okay.
you have to be in a slip-resistant shoe.
And it has to be OSHA
Approved.
certified.
Correct.
Okay.
And we have a huge amount of selection, everything here, on this wall. And then we also have our classic black shoes because a lot of the industry
you have
requires
to. Right.
black.
Now, what about the hospitals? What's the
The
deal with that?
hospital, depending on where they're at in the hospital, will depend on
Oh.
what the requirements.
So if
Some
they're in-
hospitals,
Okay.
they do want them in a black. The casinos or our,
But do they still need that OSHA?
yes.
All right, so
Yeah.
hospitals, restaurants, you need that OSHA. But here's what's so cool about this place. You just think of plain black, right? You just think of the boring plain black. But look at this.
Yeah, but-
And these are all OSHA,
These are all slip resistant, certified slip resistant oil and water.
okay?
And then most of them also, if necessary, depending on their needs, have a removable insole.
So actually, now, what is the benefit to that?
The benefit, two things,
Okay.
is this will deteriorate
Oh.
after about 500 to 600 hours.
So you can replace these.
I can replace this because this is still good.
We just got a question from Frank Duran. Being flat-footed, what do you recommend? Being a personal trainer, I'd like a shoe that I can wear while I'm working. Most of the day, I'm just standing, maybe a little demo. However, I'm mostly standing.
For a standing shoe, depending on where you're working at,
So
in
he's
your
in a personal training studio.
personal training studio, I do have some New Balance that I would probably put him in that has an arch support and a lower profile.
Okay.
So that way with the heel cup, so it'll take the pressure off.
Would you and then you could also recommend an insert
Correct.
that would actually customize, that would and take it from me, she did that for me, Frank. So, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so
Good.
that is something that I can do is put an insert. I have to remove the footbed and then
Okay.
put in an insert.
Okay.
So we do have options for you. Being flat-footed is not the end of the world.
No, because there's so many that,
There's so much offer. There's so much I can do with helping to adjust them.
Okay, all right. And then, so now, once this wears out, you
Right.
just put a new one in.
Put a new one in, and that way the life of the shoe, because this will last.
Yeah.
This will probably last a good 8 to 10 months, depending on what your work is
And how many hours?
and how many hours.
Okay.
But you know,
They're gonna go.
you can replace this, or if they do need a custom orthotic, I can take this out and put a custom orthotic if they need it.
Okay.
But most of our guests, this is way comfortable.
But if someone needs a custom orthotic, you can help them?
I can.
Okay, okay. Awesome,
So
awesome.
we have this, and then moving down, we have also Clogs, which is another really great brand.
Now, I've heard of them.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And again, fun colors,
Slip resistant?
slip resistant oil and water.
Okay,
Again, removable footbed.
okay.
If you have plantar fasciitis, great shoe to help with plantar fasciitis.
Oh, okay.
So
Do you see that a lot?
probably 3 out of 4 customers
What?
come in with,
That much?
yes,
Wow.
Because
Now, is
people-
that due to the wrong shoe?
yes. That's because most of the
Okay.
people in this valley are in the wrong product for their foot,
Okay.
and they're standing for hours and hours, and it puts a lot of stress on their plantar.
And it just
It just says,
wears it out, huh?
I'm gonna flare up, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna cause you pain,
And that is
and
pain.
you need to do something, or otherwise I'm not gonna go away.
And we're not gonna walk.
And you're not gonna walk, you're not gonna sleep, you're not gonna do anything.
You're not gonna walk? Right. Okay.
So having the proper shoe can really help with that.
So is it from this down?
This down,
Is
correct.
all the slip resistant, oil
Correct.
resistant, water resistant,
Correct.
right? And then what do we have down here?
And then over here, we also carry a brand called Naos.
Okay,
And what's really, really cool about Naos is they're all handmade in Israel.
okay,
But a lot of them, again, we have the same, it's a cork footbed, and we can remove it, put it in
Okay.
the insert, or replace this if necessary.
let me, so this is the name. Naya, just in case you, you weren't sure. Okay, so, then
And
we
then
have New
men's.
Balance,
Then we have our men's section,
okay.
and we have a little selection of men's.
So, Mick, why don't you, is Frank still on?
Frank is still on. He just said thank you.
Hey, Frank, so if Frank came in, just give me an idea what maybe you might,
I'd probably put them in the minimus,
okay?
because it's a nice flat,
Oh, man, these are so light,
very light, nice, flexible.
okay?
I could do that, and I could also pop in the carbon insert,
Okay.
so that way it's very thin, but it's very supportive,
Okay,
and he'll still have the proper support, but be nice and flat.
okay.
So when he's working out, he doesn't feel any strain.
Frank, you know where to go. Thank you, pal, for jumping in. And then you have a bunch of New Balance,
We
which,
have a
listen,
bunch of New Balance.
this is, they're the elite.
Yeah, they are.
right?
They are.
They're the elite.
We have everything from this is a hiker, which is also a walker. So
Okay.
if you're going up the hill on the Santa Rosa Plateau, great shoe to go up the
Okay.
hill. This is actually a golf shoe.
Wow,
And we have golf shoes and we carry them in widths.
okay.
And we also have them available if you do need an insert with removables. So if you do have an orthotic, we can put in your orthotic.
You're custom,
Your custom.
okay?
Or an over-the-counter, depending on what their needs are.
Yeah, and where they're at budget-wise.
Correct.
Right? And that's the other thing I noticed is you're gonna work with them
Yes.
within their budget. Because
Correct.
if it's out of budget, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So we can put you on a product in a New Balance from 75 up to, this goes to boardroom. This is an all-leather shoe for 400.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we have all the range.
Really?
Yeah,
I
this
didn't know
shoe's
they went
amazing.
up.
Oh, you put this on your foot, you
And
walk
it's
out.
over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over. Only a few stores were chosen, and we were one of them.
Really?
Yeah, it's a beautiful shoe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Very, very cool. So, what do we have here?
Again, we have Piccolino,
Okay.
which is a nice, that's the golf shoe, which is a nice also dress option. So we carry Piccolino. I have some Otzi, some Nayot.
Got some boots up there.
I have some boots up there.
Okay.
So a little selection of the men's, and then everybody's favorite are the Telex,
Okay.
which is a perfect house shoe that offers support
Everything, even
for
the
everything.
beach.
For the beach, perfect for the beach.
Everything. And I wanted to bring Cy in because Cy actually is a customer, right?
Yes.
Friend of the family, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But a customer that has
Yes.
really saw a big difference. So
Yeah.
share with everyone really what's the difference since you've been coming here.
Well, I'm in the right shoe. I'm 9.5 perfect in my entire life, but I wear a 10.5 wide. So, and I didn't know that. I wonder why my
Wrong,
feet.
wrong
So he had
size.
a 9.5, thinking,
He
was
thought this
perfect.
whole year, I mean, all his life, he was a perfect 9.5. In reality,
I was different. My brother was the same way.
so once you
he came.
switched over, what was the difference?
Well, the shoe fit and was comfortable, and I could stand all day in it.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I went through some medical crisis,
Sure.
and I had neuropathy from chemo, and Muna notified me that, hey, you know, what you're going through. I was telling her how I would be falling and be.
Oh, actually lose your balance.
Yeah, so,
right?
so, so
Yeah.
she said you need to be in some compression socks. You need to get you in a shoe that's going to be taking care of relieving the pressure, relieving the pain that you're experiencing, and I'm so thankful for that, because now I can walk, I can do things again, almost as if I didn't have this situation.
Okay.
She monitors what's going on with me, and so I do whatever she tells me I need to change.
And you're not getting that anywhere. So even if you're not in the area, figure out how to get here, figure out how they can help you, because you're just not getting that anywhere. It's non-existent
Yeah.
to that level.
I've never seen it.
Non-existent to that level. So just turned it around.
Yeah, she turned it around.
Okay.
I'm excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Anything else you want to share before we close out?
I love what I do,
Okay. And it shows.
and it
I mean,
shows.
and you feel the energy.
I do.
Absolutely.
And part of like that fear barrier,
Yes.
when I originally started this thought in my head 5 years ago, is I'm passionate about what I do. And when I heard all those naysayers all along, you'll never do this, you can't build the business, it's not going to happen. And I didn't listen, and now I feel what I'm bringing to this valley.
Yeah.
And so many people, no, I can't help everybody, but as many people as come in my door, I can help those that walk in and walk out and give them a better quality.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you're going to figure out how to do that at a bigger scale online, because there's so many resources
Right.
available that, again, you're going to separate yourself just because of that passion, because of what you love to do.
So you can't get this kind of service online.
No. No.
When you go online, you order a shoe, it comes to your door, it may or may not fit, it may or may not be the right size. You do that 20, 30 times, you spend all that energy going back and forth, and when you come down, you come to a store like this, we spend time with you, we put the
Yeah.
right product on you. And again, like you were saying in the beginning, you might think you need this product, but with your lifestyle and what's going on with you, and I'm not saying that everybody comes in here with concerns,
Sure,
because
sure, of course.
we have product in here for people that don't have issues.
Just come in and get
Just
your
come
shoe.
in and get your shoe.
Yeah.
But if you do have concerns, there is a place here that can service you and put the right product on your foot.
So really, let's just do an overview. So if you have issues, or you know somebody has issues, come on in. If you work in the medical field, in the restaurant field, come on in. If you have kids, you're not sure if those shoes fit, if they're going to be long term, and as they keep growing, right? Things
Yes,
change.
yes.
It's never stationary. Come on in, bring your family in, because this is the service that you're going to get. This is why we've done a second episode here so quickly, because of the response with the community, because of the energy that she brings and her family. Like I said, all 7 kids are here.
Yeah.
They're all working here.
Yeah.
This is as neighborhood as you're going to get.
Fun fact, actually, the oldest son is holding the big camera, and the third son is holding the little camera, and one of our sisters is right behind us.
Here's the thing. Here's what I do know. If you stand around long enough, we're going to put you to work.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we're all about. So if there's any other questions, throw them out there. Any other comments? If you got something out of this episode, share it. Please share it to your people. And remember, the Monster Motivator TV is a mobile live stream TV. We come to you. We want to highlight what you're doing, what you're bringing to the community to help you grow whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's a nonprofit, a business, or you just want to share your story. Reach out to us. Go online. Book your appointment right on our calendar. We'd love to come out and highlight it, because as much passion as she has about the shoes in this store, I love doing this. This just gets my juices flowing, as you can tell. So guys, stay tuned for the next episode. We have 2 more episodes this week. So we're exploding, and I'm having so much fun. And come out, talk to the family, the Elias family, and they're going to get you back up on your feet. Thanks, guys. Keep making it happen.
I gotta feature this guy right here. Daniel, you did a fantastic job holding the camera.
Great job, buddy.
All right.
We're off.
Ow.